Hello and welcome to this brief introduction to Kahoot, which is an online quizzing tool you might have come across before. The great thing about Kahoot is that you can create your own bespoke quizzes, or you can use one of the hundreds of quizzes that are already available. You can play the quizzes in teach mode in the classroom or in an online classroom, or now you can play them in assign mode, which means you set the quiz with a time limit for students to participate in their own time. Here I am on the Kahoot.com website. If you haven't already got a login, you'll need to create one at this stage. And the first thing I'm doing is having a look at the Discover section, where you will find all the pre-existing quizzes. I've entered the search term KS2 for Key Stage 2 Water Cycle. There are search term filters, but you'll find that because this is an American site, the levels are aimed at the American education system. These are the results that I got with that search. Let's have a look at this quiz, which looks like a likely candidate. Open the quiz to review the contents, and you'll see all of the questions and also, if you show them, the answers. At this point, you can decide to play the quiz as it is, or to edit anything that you would like to change. I'm just going to play the quiz. Now we get to decide if we are in teach mode or assign mode. As mentioned before, when you assign, it merely adds a date to the quiz, and you can send a link out to your students to participate in the quiz before the end of the time span. All of the data will arrive back in Kahoot for you to review. We're going to have a look at teach mode. Here we are in teach mode classic, and the first thing you'll notice is we've been given a game pin. For students to participate on their own device, they will need to go to kahoot.it and enter this game pin. They'll then be asked for a nickname. When they add their nickname, they'll end up on the screen in the waiting for players area. At that point, we can start the quiz. Each question will show up and the students will answer the multiple choice questions using their own input device. As the quiz progresses, you'll see that the screen will update you on who is answering quickest and having the most correct answers. And then at the end, there will be a winner's podium showing first, second and third place. A Kahoot quiz in class gives a nice competitive learning environment, and students seem to like them. But what if there isn't a quiz that's suitable for your needs? Let's have a look at creating a bespoke quiz. Here I am in the Create section of Kahoot. I access this by clicking on the Create button. The first thing that I've done is titled my quiz Capitals, because this quiz is about capital cities. The first question I've already entered: what is the capital of London? At this point, I could upload an image from the image library, upload an image from my computer, or use a YouTube link. If I wanted to, you don't have to. There's a time limit to set, which is how many seconds you get to answer the questions. You can also allocate points to the question and decide if it's a single select answer or a multiple select answer. I've said 2 answers, Berlin or London, at which point you click the tick box of the one that's the correct answer, and that's it, your first question added. To do your next question, simply click Add a Question. However, if you feel it's a question that may have been added before, it may be easier to use the question bank. Let's have a look. If my next question were to be, what is the capital of France? Let's see if there's a question available. And here we have one. There is a choice of questions, but the top one is fine for me, so I'm going to use this one and add it to my quiz. And there we go, it's arrived as the second question in my quiz here. So you can carry on to create a quiz in this way, then simply play it in the same way as you would have done with a pre-existing quiz in either teach mode or assign mode. Remember, if you're working remotely with your students, you can either use the assign mode, which gives them an amount of time to finish the quiz, say a few days or a week, or you can use the teach mode by sharing the screen over a Teams meeting and allowing them to view this on their computer whilst using a different device to input the answers. I hope you have a go with Kahoot because it's a really great tool and quick to get going with if you use an existing quiz. Thanks for watching. This video was recorded with Microsoft Stream.